Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Are you ready for this? To another Minecraft update video. Bet you didn't see that coming, did ya? So today, guys, 1.19 is just around the corner. And I feel like today, we're going to be discussing all of the new stuff that will be added to 1.19. As you can see all around us, there's brand new stuff. So today, guys, I will be featuring the Mangrove Swamp biome amongst a couple of other stuff. So, as usual, let's start off with this biome right here, the Mangrove Swamp. Now, this biome is actually considered a hot biome, similar to savanna, desert, the nether, yada yada yada. Guys, and the block that is mainly compounded around here is this, mud. Now, there's various ways you can actually get mud. One is to just dig it from a mangrove swamp biome. Another way to get mud is place a dirt block, right click it with a water bottle, and it turns it directly into mud. So that's another way you can get it. I find this one a bit more consistent and more useful because you don't just want to like ruin the way a swamp looks by just digging up the mud. Now, the question is, what are mud blocks useful for? There's a couple of things that mud blocks are capable of. So if we take some dripstone, place mud on top of that, this will eventually turn into clay, but I don't know how long this is going to take. So while we wait for that to happen, let's discuss the other uses for mud blocks. If you craft mud with wheat, then that makes packed mud. And then the packed mud can be used to make like mud brick. So a 4x4 of packed mud makes 4 mud brick. And the mud brick can be used to make stairs, slabs, walls, what you'd usually expect. It has the same texture as quartz brick. Yeah, see, look at that. Same exact texture, but different color. And packed mud by itself doesn't actually look that bad either. Aha, see? There we go. It turned it into clay. So yeah, I find mud is a very useful block. So yeah, the farther we go into this video, guys, we're going to be rating stuff, like my thoughts and opinions on it. So now, guys, let's discuss this new tree that we have growing in the mangrove swamp. If it's a mangrove swamp, obviously these trees are mangrove trees. So yeah, this is the sapling for the mangrove tree called a mangrove propagule, not a mangrove sapling like these other ones are called. This one's called a mangrove propagule. And if we bone meal it, it grows into a tree. Although the tree generation is different than any of the others. As you can see, it generates these mangrove roots and then it starts the log process. And also what makes these trees unique is that the saplings, or the propagules, can actually be bone mealed and actually grow from the leaves. And yeah, you get your usual stuff from the trees like logs, mangrove leaves. It also generates mangrove roots and moss carpet, which is pretty cool. So you could find moss carpet outside of a lush cave. But I honestly really like the mangrove roots. Like, they kind of look like dead leaves. So if you were to replace the leaves of like a normal oak tree with this, then it'll look like really dead. I cannot wait to use these in building. Like, this will be so cool. But what about the mangrove wood? Well, if we were to place a crafting table, the mangrove wood can be used to make what you normally make wood out of: signs, trapdoors, doors. Now, when Mojang was announcing mangrove logs, fun fact, the mangrove wood looked a bit too much like jungle wood, and so they decided to change the color a bit and make it red. It's not as red as the crimson wood, which is actually more magenta. So let's put these two together in contrast. So yeah, this is Mangrove Wood, this is Crimson Wood. They look much different from each other. The signs, fences, the fence gates, they're all the same as the others. But if we take a look at the door, however, you can see that no other door in Minecraft has this design, neither this trap door. I actually really like how these look, especially the trap door with like the circle in the middle. It kind of, if we take a look at this by itself, it kind of looks like a lifesaver candy. Doesn't this look like a red lifesaver? So the Mangrove Wood, what would I rate this overall? I would rate this a 9 out of 10. It's a unique color for wood. Can't wait to see what other wood Mojang decides to add next. Now, there are a couple mobs that are that spawn in the mangrove swamp. One is tropical fish, and also another thing that makes mangrove swamps unique is the color of water. It's like a natural tropical like green color. I actually didn't realize this, but apparently bee nests can generate in mangrove swamps, which is pretty cool. Although the bees may have trouble trying to find flowers. Or not. Oh, okay, they can pollinate mangrove propagules. I actually didn't know that. You may be wondering, what is the other mob that spawns here? Well, this mob is unique. Hey, buddy. Honestly, these mobs are probably one of the cutest mobs that Mojang has added to Minecraft. And this isn't the only variant of frog that exists in this game. There are 2 other variants that you'll find around here in your Minecraft world, and as you can see, these guys can jump pretty high. Now, I think the amount of health that a frog has is 10, which is half the amount of health that a normal player has. Now, the item you breed frogs with is slime balls. Back in the day, it used to be seagrass, and what I mean by back in the day, I mean like a very early snapshot. Now, these mobs, bear in mind, are kind of slow, but they're actually, I think they are a little bit faster when swimming in water. And once you have bred the 2 frogs, one of them will wander to the nearest water source. Let's help out the frog a little bit. So if a water source is nearby, then one of the frogs will lay frog spawn, as you just saw right there. It doesn't really do much on its own. You can't use this to like decorate anything. Like, this is like a non-obtainable item in survival mode. But eventually what will happen is after a couple minutes or so, the frog spawn will hatch into tadpoles. Once they do hatch, the tadpoles will look like this. They're very small, bear in mind, but you can capture them in a bucket and you can transport them to other biomes, and that's a way you can get different variants of frogs, not just the white ones. And also, fun fact about frogs, they actually kill slime. See? Right there. So you can actually use frogs to farm slime, but I'm pretty sure a magma block can kill slime faster. But while we're waiting for the frog spawn to hatch, let's head to the nearby normal forest biome to explore the other variants of frog. So if a tadpole grows up in a temperate biome, what will happen is you'll get this orange frog. Now, this is also the first cold-blooded animal that is added to the game. Now, before we continue, there are a couple of other interesting things that happen in mangrove swamps. Witch huts don't actually spawn here, unlike the normal swamp. Because, a recent command has been added where you can do /place, click structure, and then try to find witch hut. I don't know if you can actually /place a witch hut. Swamp hut, there we go. You will not find these generating naturally in a mangrove swamp, unfortunately. Now, I did forget to mention my thoughts about the mud brick. I think the mud brick is a very cool block, can go really well with sandstone. But honestly, I think there should be a chiseled mud brick. But before we continue any further, we do also have the boat chest that I was actually wanting to talk about. So yeah, in order to access the chest, all you have to do is press E, and then you can fill this up with like whatever items you want. But yeah, honestly, I rate the boat chest 10 out of 10. Oh, yay! They hatched, yes. So I don't know if it's a random number, but 4 appeared here. Now I don't actually know if the number is random, if it can generate between 2 to 4 tadpoles. But that's something you guys have to let me know in the comments. So if we were to place a boat like that, let's row a little bit backwards like that. So if we were to set the boat and chest like this, and if we put a stack of items in, look how fast that filters. I mean, it won't filter as fast into the chest, but it'll extract items very quickly. Yeah, look at that. It extracts 9 items a second. Boat chests are pretty useful, and I believe they can be put in a mine cart, similar to regular boats. But yeah, just imagine yourself. You're wandering around, exploring the ocean, and fill your chest with a bunch of random items, let's say. Once it gets full, you can place like hoppers underneath the water slightly, like right around here. Have the chest extract the items into a chest you can open later, and then go back out exploring the ocean. So yeah, minecart boat chests, 10 out of 10. Really, really like them. So my thoughts on the mangrove swamp overall. I think it's pretty cool. I like the way the trees are generated. I like it how you can get beehives. You can get beehives generating here, and yeah, I think overall this is like a nice, pleasant biome. Is it good for building in? Possibly, although I might need to do some like tests to see if it actually is. Also, one thing I forgot to mention about the Mangrove Propagule, it can be put in a flower pot. See, like that. I think it actually looks pretty cool in the flower pot, although the flower pot appears to be glitched. Let's try that again. Oh my goodness. Guys, we've actually discovered a glitch in this snapshot. I think we've covered pretty much everything about the mangrove swamp and frogs. If you're trying to find a mangrove swamp, your best bet is to find like a savanna or a jungle, and then explore around the jungle to see if a mangrove swamp has generated nearby, because there's a pretty good chance that it has. Now the last thing I want to do, guys, is to show you guys the snowy frog. So I just teleported to a nearby snow biome, and there he is. This is probably my favorite frog out of the 3, to be fair, because he's probably like the frog you'll like mostly see in real life. And honestly, I think these guys overall are a super adorable mob to add to Minecraft. I feel like Mojang is adding more and more cute mobs to Minecraft, because in 1.14 they added pandas, 1.15 they added bees, 1.16 they added striders, and 1.17 they added axolotls, and now they've added frogs. And the allay. Don't worry, the allay will be coming up shortly. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to cover for part 1 of everything that's been added in Minecraft 1.19 so far. So me and this frog are signing out for the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you have enjoyed. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and me and the frog will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.